Hello everyone. Welcome to my live session, NyabohanseTeacher. Yeah, so last time I talked about misused forms in my first live. The second video I did on misused form part 2. It was just a normal video. The third here is misused forms part 3. So these are common mistakes usually made in English, and I appreciate everyone that is joining my live stream. Yeah, so we have so many mistakes that we normally make in English, especially the misused forms. So we just want to learn them step by step. Keep locked here. Remember to like, subscribe to the live. Anytime you are joining the live, hit the thumbs up and support NyabohanseTeacher. Yeah. Thank you for joining my live stream. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you very much. Back to business. I am, as I said that in my first stream, we learned about the misuse forms in English, where we talked about prepositions, the prepositions pairs or combinations. In fact, they are fixed. Preposition, they are fixed. So that's why they have to be learned. We did first, and then I also did a video, a normal video in about misuse forms in English. And today, part 6, I'm doing misused forms of prepositions and also other common grammatical mistakes. So I want you to stay here to the live after the last time at the end, because I'm beginning to showcase this very important video here. So stick here, learn. Remember to like, hit the thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. So I'm moving straight to the point. So last time we reached number 53, sorry. So today I am at number 54. So we are moving. In fact, I believe we are going to move to be at to number 100. So you have to stay with me so that you learn all these forms if you are interested in learning English skills. So we have the word preside. Preside goes with at or over. So you can preside over a meeting, you can preside at a meeting, but you cannot say preside in. So you don't say, for example, in a sentence, who presided in the last meeting, but you should say who presided at or over the last meeting. Proud of, not for. So you should not say proud for, but you should say proud of. Don't say he is very proud for his promotion, but you should say he is very proud of his promotion. So that one will really make sense when you are speaking to any other person. Not to say take pride in. You can only use in that particular manner. You say You say take pride in. For example, a craftsman takes pride in his work. So that is when you can say take pride in. Okay. And then we move to the next, rejoice at or in, not for. So you don't say we rejoiced for her success, but we say we rejoiced at or in her success. Which one will you take? Will you take at or will you take in? Which one is the most appropriate? So it will depend on how you're speaking, but these two are appropriate in grammar. So you can say rejoice at, or you can say rejoice in something. So you don't say in a sentence, we rejoiced for her success, but you should say we rejoiced at or in her success. That one will clearly make it correctly. Thank you for joining the live. Hi, Simon. Okay, so rejoiced goes with at or in. We move to the next, related to. We say related to, not with. You cannot say related with, but related to. Okay, you should not say, are you related with Simon in any way? Surprisingly enough, one of my friend has texted here and is Simon, and I've just reached there giving an example. It is a very coincidental, but again, welcome to the live. So I'm repeating, related to, say related to, not with. So you should not say, are you related with Simon in any way? But you should say, are you related to Simon in any way? So that one makes sense, of course. You should point to note here. Also, relation to. Is he any relation to you? Then that one can be okay if you use that in that manner. Okay. Okay, this is an English class, and we are learning about common mistakes that people make in English, especially misuse forms in prepositions combination, because prepositions sometimes they bring a lot of problems. Yeah, so this is an English class, and yeah, not given a specific level, but we are just learning this so that we can speak English correctly. Okay, so we move to satisfied. You say satisfied with, not from. Don't say, are you satisfied from your marks? But you say, are you satisfied with your marks? So that one clearly makes sense. You say satisfied with, not satisfied from. You should note that somebody can say content with, delighted with, unhappy with, happy with, displeased with, dissatisfied with, disgusted with. So all these words are followed by the preposition with. So when you are speaking, you should be very attentive, and you should also learn these very important vocabularies here. Okay. Then we move to the next. Similar to, not with. You should not say similar to, not with. Say similar to something. Simon, thank you for asking your question in the comment section. English is my second language. I'm an African. I come from Kenya, East Africa. Yeah, I am a teacher of English and literature. I studied English as a major at the university. So I usually do content on teaching, and you are welcome to subscribe to my channel so that anytime I post, you watch and we learn from each other. Thank you for being active. Let me continue. So similar to, not with. Don't say your house is similar with mine. but you say your house is similar to mine. So anytime you're speaking this, you should be very, very attentive and very serious. Okay, we'll move to the next number 61. Move to number 61. Move to number 61. I hope you are seeing. I hope this document is clearly seen. The next one is sit at a desk, not on a desk. You should not say sit on a desk, sit at a desk. That is correctly used there. So don't say the bank manager was sitting on his desk, though in one or the other prepositionally it can have a meaning that means he's sitting on top of a desk, but naturally we can say the bank manager was sitting at his desk. At his desk. That is the correct one. You should note that. You should not also note that sit at a table. Sit at a table, but on a chair. So it is natural to sit at a table and also naturally to sit on a chair, on a bench, sit on a sofa, etc. In an armchair, in a tree, or up a tree. You cannot say on a tree. Birds sometimes perches on a tree because a bird can reach at the topmost part of a tree. Thank you for your likes. Okay, the next, spend on, not for. Spend on, not for. Should not say, I spend a lot of time for my computer, but should say, I spend a lot of time on my computer. So that one is clear. That is very, very, very grammatically correct. Thank you for your likes. Succeed in, not all. You should succeed in something, not all. Not at, sorry. Succeed in. Don't say, these ones are examples. All of these ones have examples and also points to note. So do not say, I hope he'll succeed at his work. But you say, I hope he'll succeed in his work. That is the most grammatically. So should say, I hope he'll succeed in his work, not at his work. Okay? You should know that a person succeeds to a property. That means a title or an office. Queen Elizabeth II succeeded to the throne in 1952. Also, one person can succeed another person. Okay? So, but you cannot say, I hope he'll succeed to his work. So you say, I hope he'll succeed in his work. This one is clear. Next, superior to. Superior to, not from or than. Of course, most people that speak English as a second language, not indigenous language, they will always say that this boy is superior than me. But you're supposed to say superior to, not from. So don't say this is superior from that. Or you should not say this is superior than that. But then you should say this is superior to that. This is superior to that. This one clearly makes sense. Okay? Yeah, I will add my link, my Facebook link later after the live. I will add. Yeah, I will add. Thank you. I will add my Facebook link in my bio. You easily follow me there. Thank you for your time. Okay, I'm moving. Then, as I was saying, this is superior to that. It is correctly to say this is superior to that. It is wrong to say this is superior from that. Okay, you should note that also inferior goes with to, junior to, senior to, subsequent to, prior to. Thank you. All right, and then sure of, not for. You don't say that I am sure for her honesty, but then you should say I'm quite sure of her honesty. You remember that this H is silent, so it is pronounced as honesty, not honesty. So H is a silent letter. Okay. Also, note that also certain goes with of. I'm quite certain of it. So you say I am quite certain of it. That means you're very sure. It's almost the same. It has the semantically, it almost has the same semantics, also, or the same meaning, almost all the same meaning. So sure of, I'm sure of you, I'm sure of what you're saying. That is very, very clear. Okay, we move to number 66. Surprised at or by, not for. So you should say, you should not say, Harold was surprised for the loud bang. But then you should say, Harold was surprised at the loud bang, or Harold was surprised by the loud bang. So it is the loud bang that made Harold to be surprised. Okay. Should points to note. Also, we can use them as by saying astonished at or by, amazed at or by, alarmed at. Maybe I'm alarmed at your behavior. Alarmed at or alarmed by, puzzled at or by, shocked at or shocked by. Yeah, so these ones are very important. I hope you're learning. Please tell me in the comment section if you're getting something. I'm now moving to the summarized forms. Here, if you look at them here, they are clearly summarized so that you can learn them in that manner. So note carefully the preposition used after the following words. So I said in the beginning that most of these preposition combinations don't have specific rules governing them. So then you have to learn them day by day, slow by slow. So join me in my video so that we keep on learning for as long as you can. So I'm just going to read them as you see them also in on the screen. Accused of, accustomed to, afraid of, aim at, angry with or angry at, arrived at or arrive in, ashamed of, believe in, boast of, careful of, or you can say careful with or careful about, complain about, composed of, conform to, congratulate on, consist on, cure of, depend on, deprive of, die of, different from, dressed in, fail in, full of. For example, somebody can be full of himself, good at, guard against, guilty of, independent of, indifferent to, insist on, interested in, jealous of, look at, married to, no doubt of or no doubt about. Okay, pleased with, prefer to. For example, you can say I prefer to coffee. Most students or most speakers that speak English as the first language, they would say prefer than. So we say prefer to. Proud of, related to, repent of, maybe of a particular sin, satisfied with, similar to, succeed in, superior to, sure of, surprised at or by, suspect of, tired of, translate into, warn of or warn about. Thank you for joining the live stream. We are moving. Yeah, we're moving just like that. On to the next. Still on the misused forms. Thank you for joining the live. Keep locked here. Okay, we are at number 67. Suspect of, not for. Should not say, I suspect Kate for stealing the pen, but you'll say, I suspect Kate of stealing the pen. So suspect goes with of and not for. You should also note that suspicious of. Dogs are suspicious of strangers. We move. Take, by, not from. Don't say Robert took his brother from the hand. But again, you should say Robert took his brother by the hand. So take goes with by. You should also note hold by, catch by, seize by, snatch by, grasp by. We move to number 69. Tie to, not on. You should not say the girl tied the string on the kite, but they should say the girl tied the string to the kite. The girl tied the string to the kite, but I should not say the girl tied the string on the kite. Should also note bind goes with to. For example, the prisoner was bound to the stake. Tired of, not from. Don't say the boys are tired from eating boiled eggs, but you should say the boys are tired of eating boiled eggs. Tired of eating boiled eggs. Okay? Move. Translate into, not to. You should not say that. Translate this page to English. But you should say that translate this page into English. I think there are still so many forms. Translate into English. Tremble with cold, not from cold, etc. You should not say that the man was trembling from cold, but you should say the man was trembling with cold. Also, shake with, shiver with, shake with cold, shiver with cold. An example, the thief was shaking with fear. Lastly, number 73. Warn a person of danger, not about danger. So you should not say they were warned about the danger, but you should say they were warned of the danger. You should note that use warn about for specific things. They warned us about the bumps ahead in the road. They warned us about the bumps in the road. So if you're using warn about, it has to be specific, but warn of, it is general. Thank you for watching the live. I'm ending there for today because time has really moved. Yeah, so thank you for joining the live. Remember to hit the liker, subscribe to the channel, comment, so that you support me so that I keep having the strength to post my videos. Yeah, thank you for watching the live. Thank you for sticking with me up to the end. Yeah, till next time.